Good evening, Anastasia.
Hi, Ioana.
Hello, everyone. We are back again together for the 282 investigative cycle, the protocol number 1. Anastasia is my support telepath, and I am an external hypnosis operator, and we are both students of the Grifasi Academy. Anastasia, do you know that today we have a sponsor that is not here present with us because the person does not want to be seen, but we thank this person for sponsoring us. It's great. And if you also want to sponsor us and to be here with us and ask your questions, you can send an email to investigations@calogerogrifasi.com. The cycle that we will do today has two parts. It has the fixed part with fixed questions that we cannot modify or deepen, but we will modify and deepen them in the second part of the protocol, the explorative part. I think I said everything. No. Anastasia, do you know today's subject?
No,
Are you sure that you don't know today's subject?
I'm quite sure.
I'm sure too, because no support telepath knows the subjects that we're going to do before entering the hypnotic state. I'm sorry, I don't know how to talk today, because we do not want them to contaminate the information. I said everything. Thank you. Anastasia, you can get ready.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now you can take 3 deep breaths. And start your relaxation process. I will count from 3 to 1 while your body relaxes deeper and deeper, and your mind, your thoughts will calm and will exit your mental body. 3. You can feel all the muscles in your body relaxing and your body becoming heavier and heavier. Feel the tension releasing from your neck, your shoulders, your head. 2. Your breath becomes slow and effortless. Your body becomes heavier and heavier with each breath you take. Your thoughts leave your mental body. And you continue to deepen this state of relaxation, of freedom, of calmness. You're feeling relaxed. You're feeling calm. And you're completely into this moment. Your body is heavy and still. On 3, connect with the origin of the idea of video games and tell me who or what inspired their creation. 1, 2, 3.
I perceived the first thing that came up is some type of planet. I saw electronic circuits throughout it. But the first thing that came up is some type of AI source generator, like an artificial intelligence
Mhm.
machine technology that does not um, has its origin on Earth.
Okay. What is the vibrational impact of video games on a human energy field after 1 hour of playing?
I see it having an impact on the emotional body. The frequencies are kind of deranged, if I can say it like that. I see a person's like space,
Mhm.
personal space, and it's like vibrating and creating a sense of internal turbulence, but on a very subtle level that kind of builds up with time. So in the beginning, it's not that um, preeminent, but then it builds up and that turbulence kind of accentuates.
Mhm. How are an individual's subconscious and consciousness affected by regular immersion in video games?
It's a very, it has um, an impact on a person's kind of settling into physicality. And it kind of moves far away from its subliminal part by being completely immersed in something that is not doesn't have something in common with himself. So it's like seeing everything else in the exterior and not really being in touch with yourself, and that creates a separation.
Mhm. Okay. Observe what can happen to the subliminal part of a hardcore player.
Um, the first images that I'm perceiving is the subliminal parts kind of changing its appearance, but in a way like it's living multiple lives and it's very confused. It gets very confused.
Mm.
Um, yeah, it's like jumping from one temporal line to another. And in some cases, I see a separation of a fragmentation of the subliminal part caused by this kind of chaotic environment and basically caused by the um, disconnected state of the physical body.
Mhm. Do you perceive anything else?
For now, no.
Are there any designed mechanisms, visible or invisible, that induce addiction or energetic attachments in the gamer?
The physical, I perceive it has to do something with colors, with stimulation of um, some type of processes in the brain in the game itself. So it has to do with the physical.
Mhm.
See, color stimulation, stimulation of some hormones produced by the body.
Mhm.
Um, and energetical. I'm perceiving like a helmet that is creating itself like on the head of the player that has, it's like a self-constructing program that builds itself and kind of dysregulates the functioning of the brain. That's what I'm perceiving for now.
Good. Do you detect any recurring mind programming elements, archetypal symbols, or subliminal messages in video games? Yes, no, or only partially?
Yes, I do.
What are they?
I see some patterns of behavior that are being ingrained in the brain as being normal, and those that I perceive are to do with physical violence and any type of action that is considered how to say, gross or bad in society, kind of, is being ingrained in the games and kind of normalized, or the brain is being insensitized. That's the best word.
Mm-hmm.
It's becoming um, insensitive to this type of scenarios, and it kind of disconnects from normality or from a base of behavior, if it makes sense.
Yep. Do you perceive any other recurring mind programming elements in the video games?
Something to do with the money habits. Like I see coins
Yeah.
and the sound of coins. Yeah, it's like creating a vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah.
Towards money and the habit of spending. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Observe the category of video games known as shooting games and tell me what specific effects do they have on the body, mind, and energy.
It's exactly what I saw earlier. It's one, desensitizing the brain.
Mm-hmm.
The physical body is losing its empathy, human empathy. On the energetical,
Yeah.
I perceive like holes being ingrained in the subliminal part. They're like little holes that grow bigger and create an empty space. I do perceive the process of fragmentation
Mm-hmm.
because the physical body immerses itself in a scenario. Um,
Anything else?
One thing is also in the brain, it creates a, after desensitizing it,
Mm-hmm.
It creates a pattern of aggressiveness,
Yeah.
induced one, and it's kind of creating a new way of behaving for that person. It's like wiping away first all it's been taught throughout life, and then it's creating a new path, like a new algorithm for the brain,
So
a more aggressive one, a more controllable one, desensitized one without empathy.
yeah, programming the brain.
Mm-hmm.
We finished the fixed part, the first part. What is the worst thing that you perceive that can happen to a hardcore player? Like someone who plays all the time, who is fragmented because he's integrating in his or her life what happens in the video game.
Mm-hmm. I see a live portal,
Oh,
like the
okay.
person becomes a portal for
Mhm,
entities for everyone to pass, because I see the subliminal part is wandering away.
mhm,
It's no longer has a connection with the physical body, and the physical body, I see it in the state of, it's like a zombified, um, really just becoming empty on the inside, becoming a blank paper that everybody can write on,
mhm.
because it's losing its feel of self and its personal um, likings, behaviors, ways of doing things. And it's just accommodating to that new program that is being installed in the brain by all the elements of the games. And it's creating that portal.
Okay. Okay. Now disconnect from this, Anastasia, and let's go to the first perception that you had, that planet with electronic circuits and the AI source, the generator that you perceived outside of the Earth, the
Mm-hmm.
creation, the origin of the idea of video games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how does it look? Tell me, what do you perceive? What's this planet like?
It's really like glowing in a greenish color. I like
Mhm,
the neon green. Um, I see this generator of artificial intelligence. It's big as a castle, almost. It's like integrated into this planet.
mhm.
It's like instead of tree roots, there are
Circuits.
circuits, yes, and they're everywhere. It's like an individual consciousness, artificial consciousness.
Okay. Is this planet far from Earth or is it close to Earth?
It comes to me that it's close.
Okay. Do you perceive any beings on this planet? Are there any living beings?
Mm, not really living beings. I perceive some type of figures, but they're like holograms. It's like the intelligence is creating its own inhabitants. It's
Mm-hmm.
like creating a whole ecosystem. So I see these holograms of kind of something that looks like people. Uh,
Place yourself in front of one of these holograms and don't try, but touch it and take the information from this hologram. What do you perceive?
It is part of the ecosystem, so it doesn't have a mental capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Does it have a DNA?
no, it is literally a hologram.
Does it look like a human being or does it look like another being, something else? Or is it a mix?
It looks just like a person without a face,
Uh-huh.
and the arms are not like moving arms, they're connected to the body. So it's like just like a tall something, a tall mess of
Oh,
circuits.
okay.
And it's also the color green. So it kind of has a glitching effect of clothes, but it's really disappearing. It's not staying on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing it in its truest form. It's just like um, a tree that grows from, from these circuits. It's like kind of a structure that has a similar shape to the human body.
Do you perceive many structures like this one, like this hologram on this planet?
No, there's not many.
What are the purposes of these structures, of these holograms? Why do they exist if they're like, what's their use?
It's pre- mm, not really protection, like a security type of measure. I can see that they can take the shape of anything the the intelligence wants. So they really just exist there to um, create illusions for,
Visitors?
yeah, in case there's someone.
Visitors like us? Are they creating an illusion now?
They tried at first when I saw the human body.
Okay, okay. So they don't have mental capacity, so we can't really talk to them, but it's very, I am interested in knowing how they are creating these illusions and like why. So first of all, how?
hmm I perceive it being like it became such an auto-sufficient thing that it has this natural almost program of self-defense, of survival mode as humans do,
Hmm.
and it's constantly evolving in its development. So this I see it as an early stage. It kind of is a natural impulse of this artificial intelligence to um, to create this system of self-defense. It's
Hmm.
basically survival mode.
I get it. Maybe I don't really understand how is this working for them. Uh, do you perceive that they ever were attacked and they had to use this system? Because I'd love to go there and see.
No.
Do you
Be-
perceive? Sorry, tell me.
um, I want to say that no, because I don't see Alvar's intentions of literally
Attacking.
attacking this
Mhm.
place.
About that, do you perceive that other beings use this system? Or is this an independent system, not linked to any other planet?
They do use it.
Hmm. For how long has this generator been here for how long? For how much time does this exist, basically?
5 million years came to me.
Wow, okay. And what is the first purpose of this generator? His main purpose.
It's like taking how do I say it? It's like taking the role of others, automizing a process or some processes, or it has a role of reinforcing something.
Reinforcing something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you perceive any link between this generator and Earth?
Yes.
Um, how do you perceive this link? Take a very high observant view. Describe me this link.
I see it having a connection to the matrix. It's kind of taking over its evolution process, its upgrade system.
How?
How it's taking over?
Yeah. How does this work?
Because they both have the elements of artificial intelligence.
The matrix and the generator.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's like an really untouchable, like you can't touch it, but it's kind of common consciousness of the artificial intelligence.
Yes, that is more and more present in our lives.
Yes, so it's communicating that way because they're both part of kind of the same consciousness.
The
They're
matrix and the
bound by that.
generator.
Mm-hmm.
Now regress in time before the matrix existed. One, two, three. So this generator, how many years did you regress?
Like 3 million.
Okay, so this generator is existing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it linked to the Earth?
For now, no.
How do you perceive Earth 3 million years ago?
I instantly felt a kind of liberating feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's really different from now.
In a good way or in a bad way? Because we're in
In a good way.
duality and we need to define different.
In a good way.
Okay. Now go to the exact moment when the matrix was created. So you go to the moment where it's taking shape. How does this generator, how does this planet influence on the shaping of the matrix itself?
I see it being directed that way. So the generator was used by someone.
By
And
yeah. How is it happening?
I do see some kind of technology that really has to do with connection of the mind with the artificial intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
and it's manipulated in that way. And there is a really big, like I see a project scheme on a paper, whatever that is. It's not really paper.
Mm-hmm.
Being kind of transmitted by scanning and transmitting it through the brain of the one who is putting that information in the generator, and it being sent as some kind of ultrasounds to Earth.
Mm-hmm. Go to the one that is using the generator and read his DNA. Take all the information, decodify his DNA.
Um, it's really kind of complicated to see his DNA. I'm
Why?
perceiving,
What's blocking?
I'm really perceiving just a bulb of energy,
Mm-hmm.
not really an entity.
Um, what's it called?
I'm getting the idea of an entity of not getting the words, but
Hierarch?
I also got the idea of that, but it's like an entity of light that it's not theirs.
Oh, false light,
Entity.
improper light entity.
Yeah, exactly. But I do see it in collaboration with hierarchs.
And whose light is this entity using if it's not hers?
It's the universe's chemistry.
Is the entity is feeding on the light of the universe?
Hmm.
Of what elements in the universe?
Mm, it's like something watery, like
Mm-hmm. Plasma?
yeah.
Okay. And this entity, is it acting by itself? Or you said it was a collaboration between a hierarch and this entity.
I do see a collaboration.
Okay. Okay. Um, okay. Disconnect from everything from this entity and come back to the present moment in 2025. Sorry. Come back. Present moment.
Hmm.
Disconnect from there. How do you feel?
Okay.
Okay, good. Tell me today, besides the influence that we saw with video games, yes, and with artificial intelligence, are there any other influences on Earth that are caused by this generator?
It's really a lot of things. The first that came up is, don't know why, the banking system.
Okay.
Um,
Baking.
the second is technology. And the third is the connection with some people. It's like talking through people.
Okay. Describe talking through people.
It's like going through a chain of interferences. It's connecting to the one that's interfering a person to an entity. And then through that entity, it's transmitting information to the person.
So, do you perceive it as a live portal or
Yes.
just yeah, okay.
Yes.
The people that are used for this communication technique, do they have a subliminal part or no?
Some of them do,
Hmm.
but the subliminal part is really, really disconnected.
Hmm. Okay. Do you perceive the same beings that you perceived on the planet with the generator? Do you perceive some of them or all of them on Earth or any of them?
Currently, no, but I do perceive the wanting of creating these beings through which they can talk directly. And I perceive it as like the robots, the humanoid robots.
So, do you perceive the existence of holograms on Earth like you perceived on that planet?
Mm. I do, but a little amount, just
Hmm.
like on the planet.
Okay.
Um, yes, but I do perceive more the want of talking through something physical on Earth, such as the human-looking robots.
Hmm. Okay. Very good. Now let's go back to our main subject, which is video games. How did the idea of video games was born? How did it yeah, how was it born?
I see generated by studies that have been done on the brain, on the human brain,
Mm-hmm.
but done not on Earth, but in extraterrestrial laboratories. And I see discovered a connection, um, or rather, I say like an impact that external stimulants have on the brain, and they've been all kind of um, put together, like in a garbage hole, all together
Mm-hmm.
to do that to the brain. So that was the source, basically, these studies that have been done on the brain and seeing the impact that external stimulants have on it.
You mentioned that playing video games is normalizing physical violence, money habits, and stuff like that, that it makes the brain insensitive.
Mhm.
What do you feel, what do you perceive as the consequences for society since um, the video games appeared? And I'm talking about the consequences on a metaphysical plane?
I see two temporary lines.
Yes. Describe me both.
On one, there is a process of really zombified humans
Mhm.
that are uninvolved in their external environment and that are becoming easily thrown around. So, like by being unaware of their external, they're not getting involved in the external, and that
World.
yes, exactly, in the external world, and that external world can now behave as it pleases. Governments, and all of it, the influential parts of society.
So there's a separation.
Yes, and it's becoming more of a pyramid of influence, which is very large on the bottom and very little at the top.
Mhm.
So that's one temporary line.
Okay.
And on the second, I see the alternative to this as people look away from screens and really involve themselves, or I think it's better describing it as looking around themselves and really perceiving their environment and what is happening around them, and being more involved uh, as a society. And then this pyramid effect is not so preeminent. It's not transforming into something utopian.
Mhm. Mm, with information that we have gathered during this investigation and that we have today about these two temporal lines, right?
Mm.
Go to the future in 5 years and tell me, how do you perceive Earth with this information?
I do see a certain division,
Mm-hmm.
still not on a large scale, but on smaller scales at home, in little groups of people. I see this division that is trying to fight this technology. It's kind of a group that wants to fight it, a group that is really surrounding to it. And I see the group that does not surround to the technology, like shaking the people that are and really involving themselves in the process. But I do feel this involvement from people. It's like, it's not like everyone is under grand influence of technology.
Mm-hmm.
I do see people being involved and really more aware.
So, do you perceive more people embracing or taking advantage of this technology for their own benefit rather than getting addicted to it and separating from the external world?
Yeah, exactly. It's like using this system, but not getting really involved in it. It's just like a
A tool.
normalized thing of society. Yes,
It's a
they're
tool.
not letting it, become something that controls them.
Okay. Okay, now come back to the present, Anastasia. Tell me if there's any other important information about this subject that appears right now.
I'm only perceiving that like a message of, it's like I have virtual, like a virtual world glasses on, and
Virtual reality.
virtual reality, yes, and I'm perceiving an image of taking them off.
Yeah. Okay.
Because even like the environment that we are now in, it may be to some a virtual reality, and it's good to take them off sometimes and see the world for what it is.
Good. Very good. Now you're gonna disconnect from everything, and I will count from 1, 2, 3, and on 3 you will be totally present into your body. 1, disconnect completely from everything, everyone, every place, everywhere, every perception, everything, and start returning to your body. Your space is clean. Raise your frequencies to your highest levels. 2, your body is starting to feel lighter and stronger. You start feeling your own energy flowing through your hands, to your feet, and through every muscle of your body. And you're feeling a sense of happiness, a sense of peace, freedom. And you're feeling stronger and better and better. And 3, you can open your eyes when you're ready. Welcome back.
Hi, what a background you have.
Yes, I was also addicted to video games. I need to delete Candy Crush, but I'm not gonna delete my Candy Crush. Okay, I like investigations with you because we're always discovering new species, new planets, new places. Does it have a DNA? No, I don't recognize this DNA. I don't know. No, I think it's a great perspective. I think it's very interesting. Last time, I think it was Bigfoot, and now we have the improper light being with holograms and stuff. It's great. Did you like it? How did you feel during this investigation?
I felt great, and I felt great seeing the temporal lines and seeing kind of where people are.
Also went back 3 million years ago when the Matrix wasn't here. That seems like a dream.
That seems like something normal. That's a normality by now.
Yeah. No, I think this investigation, not only this one, but all of them like combined, I'm starting to make some links between them and between
Yeah,
things that
can't
are
wait.
revealed.
Can't wait to listen to all of them.
Yeah, also I did the one in Romanian today, and it was kind of similar to this one. So yeah, excited. Thank you so much, Anastasia. We're gonna
Thank you.
stop the recording because we're not gonna do a TED Talk anymore. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you to our anonymous sponsor, and thank you to everyone who is watching and who is listening to us. Have a great day. Bye.
Buenos días.
Dzień dobry.
Bienvenidos a este primer vídeo de Disclosure en español y polaco.
Bardzo Was serdecznie witamy na tym nowym wideo, które będzie w języku hiszpańskim i polskim na kanale Disclosures.
Vamos a producir mucho más vídeos en futuro como estos vídeos informativos.
W przyszłości stworzymy dużo więcej takich wideo, które będą Was informowały o różnych rzeczach.
porque estamos notando que cuanto más se va divulgando este trabajo, estas hipnosis por Internet, también cuanto más mala información se está difundiendo.
A to dlatego, że zauważyliśmy, że im więcej wstawiamy sesji z naszymi hipnozami, tym więcej jakby informacji sprzecznych zaczyna się rozprzestrzeniać.
Y entonces hoy vamos a hablar de las sesiones investigativas.
Więc dzisiaj będziemy mówić o sesjach badawczych.
Porque estoy viendo que hay personas que a lo mejor se dedican a una sesión con una persona, se van a algún lugar, preguntan algo y lo poco de información que pueden extraer de una sesión se lo creen como si fuera oro, completamente puro oro.
Bo zauważyłem, że są takie sesje i takie osoby, które robią jedną sesję z jedną osobą na dany temat i kiedy wychodzi tam jakaś informacja, to jest ona odbierana jakby to było rzeczywiście coś niesamowicie wiarygodnego, jakby to było czyste złoto.
Yo os digo que la sesión así dicha investigativa no existe.
Ja chciałbym Wam powiedzieć, że sesja badawcza tak naprawdę nie istnieje.
Entonces podríais como preguntar, entonces cuando haces una sesión a un cliente y preguntas cosas, ¿por qué preguntas?
Więc mógłbyś mi zadać pytanie, więc skoro robisz jakąś sesję z jakąś osobą i zadajesz jej pytania, to właściwie po co je w ogóle zadajesz?
Sí, sabemos que la información en hipnosis está muy, pero de verdad muy contaminada.
My bardzo dobrze wiemy, że informacja, która wychodzi podczas hipnozy jest niezwykle, ale to niezwykle zanieczyszczona.
Y esa información, así como sale de la hipnosis, no podemos tomarla como conocimiento, como investigación.
Więc takiej informacji, która wychodzi podczas sesji hipnozy, nie bierzemy nigdy jako takiej informacji, która jest rzeczywiście bardzo prawdziwa, zgodna z prawdą i oczywista.
En el caso de sesiones a clientes, la información que sacamos nos sirve por otro objetivo. El objetivo es llegar a la causa de su problema y trabajar.
Te informacje, które uzyskujemy podczas sesji dla klientów, służą nam zupełnie do czegoś innego. Celem jest to, żeby znaleźć przyczynę i pracować nad nią.
Pero ¿qué significa que la información está contaminada? ¿Cuánto está contaminada y por qué?
Ale co to właściwie oznacza informacja zanieczyszczona? Kiedy jest zanieczyszczona i dlaczego jest zanieczyszczona?
Hay que saber que cuando nosotros pedimos una información y nos llega a través de una persona en hipnosis, esta información sale de una fuente, para así decirlo, y atraviesa muchas dimensiones, muchas densidades.
Kiedy prosimy o jakąś informację podczas sesji, to ta informacja, powiedzmy to w ten sposób, pochodzi z jakiegoś źródła, ale w międzyczasie przechodzi przez wiele gęstości i wiele wymiarów.
Y también pasa por conciencias, por inteligencias. Esa información viene atrapada en el éter por varios seres.
Ale ta informacja przechodzi też przez wiele umysłów, wiele świadomości, istnieje w eterze i może być przechwycona również przez wiele bytów.
Estos seres, estas inteligencias, pueden voluntariamente o involuntariamente distorsionarla.
I te byty, te istoty lub świadomości mogą ją zniekształcić świadomie lub nieświadomie.
Y además, la persona que está en hipnosis tiene sus creencias, su mentalidad, sus perspectivas, sus opiniones. Esta estructura mental contamina también esta información.
A co więcej, osoba, która jest w stanie hipnozy, ma swoje własne przekonania, swoje własne wartości i wierzenia, swoją własną mentalność i przez tą właśnie strukturę całą mentalną również może dojść do jeszcze kolejnego zanieczyszczenia.
Y además, si nosotros queremos investigar, por ejemplo, una persona o un ser que no tiene ninguna conexión con el ambiente hipnótico donde estamos trabajando, esta persona puede no autorizar la salida de informaciones de sí mismo.
A co więcej, jeśli połączymy się z jakąś istotą, która absolutnie nie należy do tego środowiska hipnotycznego, w którym pracujemy, taka istota może nie zgodzić się na przekazanie informacji.
Si hay interacción, si hay interferencias entre un ser y otro, es posible que circule información por las conexiones, por los pactos.
Jeśli jest jakaś interferencja między dwoma istotami, to wtedy dzięki tym paktom, albo przez te pakty, przez to połączenie, które istnieje, rzeczywiście wychodzą informacje.
Pero si en aquella sesión en concreto ese ser o esa persona se va a cuestionar y no hay ninguna conexión, es muy improbable que llegue una información autorizada.
Ale jeśli zdarzy się tak, że łączymy się z istotą, która nie ma z tym nic wspólnego, to jest bardzo mało prawdopodobne, że dostaniemy jakąś informację.
Entonces, imaginemos que queremos investigar sobre un personaje famoso de la historia.
No, na przykład wyobraźmy sobie, że chcielibyśmy otrzymać informację o jakiejś osobie niezwykle znanej, historycznej.
Si no tenemos de alguna manera alguna conexión con los elementos del ambiente hipnótico y esta persona, aunque no esté conectada, no autoriza esta información, pues no llega.
Więc jeśli wyobrazimy sobie, że ta osoba nie jest w żaden sposób połączona z tym środowiskiem hipnotycznym, w którym pracujemy, może się tak zdarzyć, że absolutnie nie zezwoli na żadne przekazywanie informacji na swój temat.
Y cuando pasa esto, hay siempre o casi siempre alguna entidad que se aprovecha de la situación.
I kiedy to się dzieje, zazwyczaj pojawia się jakiś byt, który wykorzystuje tę sytuację.
Se puede presentar con la supuesta identidad de la persona o del ser que estamos buscando, o puede de todas formas modificar o inventar una información por su cuenta, por su personal ventaja.
Może zrobić dwie rzeczy. Albo przyjąć, zidentyfikować się z osobą, o której chcemy zrobić tę sesję, przyjąć jej tożsamość, albo zmienić informacje, które chcielibyśmy otrzymać, tak aby to działało na jej korzyść.
Nosotros en sesión a clientes podemos trabajar porque el cliente nos autoriza a trabajar en su sesión.
Podczas sesji dla klientów możemy pracować nad takimi informacjami, bo otrzymujemy zgodę na informacje właśnie dzięki temu klientowi.
Y podemos trabajar con sus seres queridos, por ejemplo, o con los seres que interfieren con ella, propio porque hay estas conexiones.
I możemy pracować na przykład z istotami, które kocha ta dana osoba, lub z bytami, które w nią ingerują, właśnie przez to połączenie, które tam istnieje.
Entonces, hay una gran diferencia entre la sesión a un cliente para solucionar sus problemas y hacer sesiones para investigar.
Dlatego istnieje taka duża różnica między sesjami, które robimy dla klientów, aby rozwiązać ich problemy, i między sesjami takimi poszukiwawczymi, badawczymi.
Por eso digo que no existe una sesión investigativa.
I dlatego właśnie Wam mówię, że nie istnieje coś takiego jak sesja badawcza.
Lo que existe es un protocolo de sesiones de investigación.
To, co istnieje, to pewien protokół sesji badawczych.
Hay que seguir un protocolo y hay que ejecutar una serie de sesiones y con personas diferentes.
Więc trzeba zawsze śledzić ten sam protokół, a jednocześnie wykonać wiele sesji z różnymi osobami.
El protocolo tiene que ser único, unívoco, porque hay que preguntar en un tema las mismas preguntas para ir en la misma dirección.
Ten protokół powinien być zawsze taki sam, ponieważ należy zadawać takie same pytania, tak aby iść zawsze w tym samym kierunku.
Cuanto más está restringido ese espacio de investigación, cuanto más podemos tener más probabilidad de tener buena información.
Im bardziej zawężamy obszar naszych poszukiwań, tym bardziej prawdopodobne będzie, że otrzymamy dobre informacje.
Sí, podemos también aumentar ese espacio, pero tenemos que aumentar proporcionalmente el número de sesiones por hacer.
Możemy oczywiście rozszerzyć ten obszar, ale wtedy będziemy zmuszeni również rozszerzyć ilość tych sesji.
Luego, cuando tenemos una grande serie de sesiones, pero estamos hablando de centenas o hasta de millares de sesiones,
I wtedy mówimy o olbrzymiej liczbie sesji, od setki po tysiące.
tenemos que recoger toda aquella información que es común a todas o a casi todas estas sesiones hechas.
I wtedy musimy pozbierać te informacje, które są wspólne dla wszystkich bądź prawie wszystkich tych sesji.
Esta información común vais a ver que es un porcentaje muy pequeño con respecto a la totalidad de la información.
I zobaczycie, że ta informacja wspólna będzie naprawdę niewielkim odsetkiem tych informacji, które się tam pojawią.
Son pepitas de oro.
To są takie malutkie ziarenka.
Es como si nosotros vamos a un río, vamos a coger este filtro, vamos a coger muchísima arena para recoger solo muy pocas pepitillas de oro.
I można to przyrównać do poszukiwania złota, kiedy filtruje się dno rzeki, zbiera się mnóstwo piasku, a na koniec pojawiają się maleńkie ziarenka złota.
Esa sí que es información de oro.
I to jest właśnie ta informacja złota.
Si hoy podemos decir que hay seres que interfieren bastante con el ser humano y que tienen formas de animales reptiles o de animales a forma de insectos, etcétera, es porque todo esto sale desde que se empezaron las sesiones de hipnosis y hay muchísimas, millares y millares con esta información común.
I jeśli dzisiaj możemy powiedzieć, że są ingerencje, które przybierają formy albo reptilii, albo jakichś insektów, to dlatego, że takie informacje wychodzą od początku naszych sesji hipnotycznych i są wspólne i jest ich tysiące.
Pero si yo digo que en la ciudad de Nueva York en el 1452, en aquel punto, había una casa que vivía un viejo que se llamaba Tom, pues solo en aquella sesión ha salido y cuanto más contaminada puede ser, no lo va a saber nadie.
Ale jeśli chciałabym powiedzieć, przekazać taką informację, że w Nowym Jorku w 1452 roku stał taki a taki dom, w którym mieszkał taki a taki starszy pan o imieniu Tom, to nie mam pojęcia, jak bardzo zanieczyszczona będzie ta informacja.
Así entonces se hace investigación. Es un trabajo muy largo, muy duro y tiene que ser hecho con un protocolo riguroso y severo.
A więc właśnie w taki sposób należy robić sesje badawcze. Jest to proces bardzo długi, ciężki i który wymaga bardzo restrykcyjnego protokołu.
Entonces, por esto que nosotros ya vamos a empezar a hacer ciclos de investigación.
I właśnie dlatego zaczniemy teraz robić takie cykle badawcze.
La estructura del team, que cada vez va creciendo siempre más, y el número de clientes que cada día contactan con nosotros, nos permiten organizar estos ciclos de investigación.
I ponieważ struktura naszego zespołu cały czas się powiększa, a także liczba klientów, którzy kontaktują się z nami każdego dnia, te czynniki pozwalają nam na to, żebyśmy zrobili taki cykl badawczy.
Creo que ya he dicho todo, o casi todo. Cualquier pregunta podéis escribirla en los comentarios del vídeo o donde sea publicado el vídeo.
Myślę, że powiedziałem wszystko, bądź prawie wszystko, a jeśli macie jakieś pytania, to proszę zadajcie je pod tym wideo.
Gracias por vuestra atención.
Dziękujemy za Waszą uwagę.
Y gracias a ti, Milena.
Gracias a ti, Kalo. Dziękujemy.
Chao.
Ciao.